Welcome to day 25. This is the very middle day of my travelling adventures. So yeah, I'm halfway through and still in Skopje. I head off tomorrow to Belgrade and I'm looking forward to that. I've had yesterday and today really relaxing days because I saw most of what Skopje has to offer in my first couple of days. This is probably the only country that, you know, I would not recommend to people to come to. I just wouldn't make my tourist list in the future. It's definitely not a place that I'd be begging to come back to. But I'm happy I've been here because you can't go anywhere and not have an opinion. So I'm really happy to do that. So I'm glad I've been here, and the rest has been really good for me, so I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. As you can see, when I'm somewhere and I'm really enjoying it, I want to get out and see as much as possible and take in as much as possible, and I did literally do that in the first couple of days here. And I enjoyed that. That was great, and I have enjoyed my couple of days off as well. My feet have really appreciated it. My two little toes blistered right up. I've lost the toenail on one of my little toes. So they've had a good couple of days rest. And I've just come out today because I'm bored shitless in the room and there's only so much Fox TV you can watch. So I've come out to make sure, you know, I've covered the areas. I'm happy with what I've seen. There's a couple of blocks here that I've stretched myself out to have a look around. Try not to put too much pressure on my feet. I actually went to put on some cool pants today. I've been carting Bali pants with me the whole trip, saving them for the hot days, and they're gone. I must have left them in Turkey. Don't know how, but they didn't make it into the roll. I roll my clothes, so they didn't make it into the roll when I moved positions, and I don't have them anymore. Now, no biggie, I can go out and purchase pants if I need to. It just means I've finally put on the shorts, well, three-quarter pants, which I hate, and I'm looking at my white legs going, they're a shock. But they're cool, they'll get me through, and I'll see what happens when I get to Serbia, if I can be bothered. I just had a look at the shops then here, and I cannot be bothered. So, yeah, I've just come down Riverside, enjoying the cool under the trees. I'm going to take a walk over there and have a look shortly. I'm a little bit fascinated by the ghost boat. Just why don't they pull it to pieces? It just seems to be a city that doesn't finish anything off. There's not a lot of care that goes into the place, so they don't employ people. It just makes you, I think about home, and I think about the botanical gardens, and I think about all the workers that make that possible and the jobs that it provides, and how we, you know, to beautify our city and to keep it beautiful, all the work that goes into that, because being in a city where that work doesn't go into it and the jobs aren't there, literally, you know, even like I mentioned before with Turkey, there's people cleaning the streets all day, everywhere. I have not seen one street cleaner here. The rubbish congregating everywhere is just, I don't know if you really can't make stuff out here, but it's just all age old and it's not being picked up. And, you know, a cigarette packet down next to me here, and it just, it's a little bit heartbreaking for the city itself. You can see that it's sort of trying to go for a tourist grab, but they just can't seem to get the mix right. Or it's just so corrupt that people keep taking money and not finishing anything off. And what do I know? I'm just here for a few days. You read up what you can and you learn what you can, but, you know, really can't understand a city and the history that, you know, has such deep histories, and have been run over and taken over by so many different regimes within its lifetime. It was interesting, the tour guide saying the other day that they're only 60 years into having governments, and they've moved from, what's the word I'm trying to think of? You know, like we are, having voting systems, and the opposition's always, as soon as the government changes over, everything gets stopped. So he said, you know, it takes a country a long time to get from communism to capitalism, and then they're all corrupt anyway. So, you know, I believe that there's cartels that run it here. The gypsies are interesting. They just bring a poverty to a place that's another level. The street begging, they're out in force in the tourist area of a night, watching the kids just drumming 8 to 10 hours a day. And then last night when I passed the kids, because money's being handed to them left, right and centre, because it pulls on your heartstrings, but I just can't do it. I can't give them money. And then to see them sitting in amongst all the Burger King stuff, like there was just rubbish all around them. They'd beaten themselves stupid and just throwing everything everywhere, and keep drumming, and people just keep handing them money, which then they take off to the parents. And I just watched so many of the gypsies come through the restaurants last night begging for money, and using their kids, and people give them food and people are giving money, which is great, but it just doesn't break the cycles. So that's hard to look at. I mean, we've got homelessness at home that is a lot more visual than what's going on here even. So, you know, we've all got our problems, but as you travel and you look around and you're visiting different countries, yeah, this wouldn't be on my highlights list. But it's been good for a rest, so it served its purpose with me, and I'm really grateful. And I'll move on tomorrow to Serbia. So I'm off to Belgrade and catch up with Alex and his family, which will be really lovely. Alex trains with an organisation, the Bob Jones organisation in Melbourne, throughout Australia and New Zealand, teaching Sistema, which I'm awfully interested in. I just think it's a great system, martial arts system. So yeah, looking forward to catching up with them. And I'm in Serbia for 6 days, so it's another nice long stay. Then after that I move into 3-day moves pretty much from then on, 3 to 4 day moves. So then I'll be going to Dubrovnik, across to Naples, doing Amalfi Coast, down to Sicily. I'll check next week how Sicily's going since the bad fires there, and whether I should reschedule. And then off to Malta last and heading home. So 3.5 weeks to go, and I'm looking forward to it. And it's been good talking to you guys. Thanks for listening to me, and talk to you tomorrow from a different location, not tomorrow, the following day. Okie doke, bye.